Hello, I'm Alex and this is my friend Kaz. If you are subscribed to my channel, then you may have seen the last video we did together on the fact that Kaz is a sex worker. And now we are going to do one on the fact that she's also in an open relationship. So I'm friends with a cool bean.
The fun never ends.
Please describe what being in an open relationship means in your context.
In our context?
Yes.
Yes, because open relationships mean very individual things. For us, the relationship itself is exclusive, so the romantic side and us living together, like we don't want to date anyone else. Mm-hmm. We figured that one out pretty quickly. We've been together now for just over 2 years and we've always been sexually open. So we can have sex with whoever we want, basically. But with that, the key for that is communication. We don't keep secrets from each other about it, and it's kind of, I fancy, going and sleeping with someone. Mm-hmm. Okay, have fun.
So do you run it by the other person before it happens?
Pretty much.
Tell them after?
If it's kind of like a specific arranged thing, I like to make sure everybody knows what's happening. My partner, well, neither of us are straight. He's identified as kind of bisexual and pansexual. I identify as pansexual. And if he's spent any time with guys, I've already said to him, like, if I'm out and you just fancy, sleeping with a guy, and then you come back and say, oh, by the way, then I'm just like, that's cool.
Is it kind of like a sort of sexuality tool, or is it just do you feel like you'd feel the same way if you were both just pure hetero?
I don't know, because I think it's just something that we enjoy.
It's an interesting question, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we both just enjoy having sex. We both enjoy being deviants,
quite possibly then.
Yeah, we just enjoy. I mean, we've been to kind of swingers clubs and places like that, and we've tried to arrange with people kind of on an individual basis, and it's just something we enjoy doing.
Okay, and is this a frequent thing or just as and when?
Tends to be as and when, just because of schedule and, if I'm going to be brutally honest, with my self-body image. Mm-hmm.
Like, it seems to me quite obvious that for a lot of people it would be as and when, but I feel like there's a general, again, sort of misconception or stereotype about people in open relationships that it is just sort of constant.
All day, every day. Oh god, no, I don't have time for that.
What is your biggest, or rather your least favourite misconception about being in an open relationship?
That the relationship isn't going to work. That's it. I was told in no uncertain terms by somebody once, not too long ago actually, that that my partner is going to leave me because he likes men.
Brilliant.
Because he likes men.
Love a bit of biphobia.
And we'll never get the satisfaction with a woman. And it's just like, we've got a solid relationship, and because I
find that really interesting, because like you get people that say that to people in monogamous relationships with bisexuals, and the logic is that they will cheat. But you're already in an open relationship. Yeah. Yet people are still saying he won't be satisfied.
Oh, the relationship is doomed. It sounds really cheesy, and I know it sounds awful. Like, we don't keep secrets from each other. It's just a kind of, to the point where we just don't make a big deal out of it, and it's like, oh, this happened.
How do you deal with jealousy? Is that a thing for you?
Not really. Like, we genuinely find, I don't want to, it gets me off, but I genuinely have,
I love it.
I genuinely have joy from him enjoying another person. Yeah. And
it's like, you've had a good time, that. I love you, so good for you.
Yeah, I'm like, you go, you suck that dick.
I feel I feel like to so many people this must sound so weird on an emotional level, but at least logically speaking, surely that's understandable. Yeah. You're essentially feeding into, well, not like, I don't mean this in a blame placing way, but like by pan stereotypes. Yeah. Like, it's kind of an unfortunate fact that you are living the stereotype.
the dream. Yeah, no, I guess I am. In that, even though I'm not particularly active with my sexuality outside of my relationship at the moment, and that's like a million different reasons why, yeah, I guess I am, and kind of the way I deal with that is that even though I am I'm still smart about it. So safe sex and regular checkups and contraception and
brilliant. I love it.
Just being sensible.
I assume that, you know, you still have standards. Like, just because you're pan and just because you're in an open relationship, that still doesn't guarantee that you're
so picky. So picky. That's another reason why I kind of just don't really, you know, this is it. I have an open relationship and I have the ability to sleep with a lot of people, but sometimes I just don't.
Just because you can doesn't mean you do.
Yeah. That's it. We have the ability to, but a lot of times we just kind of want to watch nature documentaries and be stupid nerds. And that's okay too.
How do you feel like your open relationship might differ from someone else's open relationship?
Well, I'm in kind of, I guess, true polyamory, where people are having relationships with more than one person.
See, I don't like the term true polyamory, because I feel like that's somewhat elitist. Like how you said, like, you know, like open relationships look different ways for different people. I feel like the same rings true for polyamory. Like,
yeah, no, I see what you mean.
Do you feel you are polyamorous?
I would say I'm polysexual. But
that's also just an identity used for anyone that's not monosexual, that is not exclusively homo or gay. Hetero or gay.
I guess polyamory, but without the romance.
Yeah, see,
that's where it kind of...
I feel like polyamory is like, well, it's it's its own several videos.
Yeah.
Because I've literally been on the verge of being in arguments, and I've seen other people be in arguments about whether polyamory is strictly to do with romance or sex, just sex, and or whether it counts if like say there's like a party of 3 and one person's involved with both but they're not involved with each other, like, you know, you see people saying, well, that's not true polyamory, you need to all, and it's like, can we all stop trying to define each other's relationships next?
Yeah.
You know?
I think for me, what I was trying to put across is that polyamory in the sense of like dating and relationships.
So for you it's more sex based.
Oh god, yeah. Like I have no interest to be in another relationship. Like the actual relationship fulfills me.
So like emotionally.
Yeah, I'm emotionally fulfilled, and we don't want or need another person. But it's still fun to have.
It's just a fun thing.
Yes, it's fun to have sex. Like,
fair.
You know, that's something that we enjoy.
Again, I asked this about your job as a sex worker. What has been your least favourite reaction? I
think again it's more like it'll never last.
To the condescension.
Yeah.
See, that's I love how your different answers
It's so patronising.
Because when I asked you that about sex work, you said it's mostly just sort of confusion and whereas with this it's much more like, I know better than you do about your relationship.
Yeah. Like, oh, that's never going to work. That's never going to work long term.
Do you feel like people sort of consider themselves authorities more on romance than sex?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they correlate the two.
Oh yeah. See, but then I go, like, and I've been to swingers clubs and I've been to fetish clubs, and I see these couples who are like in their late 50s and 60s who've been together donkey's years, who've shagged 1 million people, and they're so in love.
What would your advice be to someone who is interested in being in an open relationship but is already in a monogamous one? How would they... Have you got experience with this?
Yeah. Fuck, that is hard. Just be honest with your partner. Even if you don't even have to do anything necessarily, you don't even have to say, you know, we should start a polyamorous relationship. At least just tell them how you feel. Do
you think if you're currently single and interested in being in an open relationship, that's something that you should make clear from the minute you start talking to someone? Like, is it easier than trying to start one when you're already with someone?
I think it is, because that's what happened with Hamish and I. I'd tried open relationships in the past, both with like polyamory in relationships and open sex, and you know, whether it just wasn't the right people, the right time, whatever, those relationships failed. And then with Hamish, I kind of said, look, this is kind of how I am. And he said, well, to be honest, I haven't got a jealous bone in my body, and I like going out and having casual sex too, so... Do
you feel like you would still be content in your relationship if you weren't going out and having casual sex? Because, like, emotionally you've said yes, but sexually, would that be, like, a big deal for you?
Yeah, it would be a deal breaker.
Wow.
Because that's kind of just who I am. I feel it's as much of a part of me as my sexuality is, like my sexual identity.
Different people value sex differently in their relationships.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yes, pretty much. Just as I can totally accept that my relationship is like someone else's hell, some people just aren't about that, just like I'm not about monogamy.
Do you feel like there are more people out there that are at least interested in non-monogamy than other people like to think?
I think so, and I think, again, whilst it's not for everybody, I think there are a few people who maybe would be happier in themselves if they just kind of open themselves to that being a possibility.
I can't stand monogamous people that insist that non-monogamy is
Wrong.
Set to fail, or just wrong, yeah. And I can't stand non-monogamous people that are like, monogamy's not natural, it's never gonna work for anyone, you'll always be unfulfilled, like...
Look how happy I am with my harem.
It's like, because it's the exact same kind of shit that people say to poly people, but backwards.
It is, it's stupid.
Let's just stop pretending we know about other people's feelings more than they do, huh?
Exactly.
Like, people are different, yo. Is there anything in general you would like to say about open relationships that you feel people might not understand, or you just think is a good closing sentiment?
I think it's just the, how everyday it can be. Some people kind of think that it's this wild sex adventure. And for us, it can literally just be, I've been sat on my ass for a couple of hours binging some trash, and then my partner walks in and went, oh, by the way, I had sex with someone earlier. And I'm like, cool. It is so everyday and so just, it's part of our rhythm, it's part of our routine, it's just what we enjoy. Like, it's a big deal as part of the relationship, but on a day-to-day basis, it's just a thing.
Yeah, so like, the bit that's a big deal is that you are both operating in a way that makes you happy.
Yeah, it's the principle in general, and the fact that it's happening is important.
So like...
Or the availability, the option.
Yeah, so like, that's a big deal for you in the same way that not doing that would be a big deal for other people.
Yes.
To sum up, what is it like being in an open relationship for you?
What's it like? It is fun and awesome and sexy.
Cool beans. Cool. Thank you for talking about such... It is quite a personal thing. So
it is, yeah.
If you found this somewhat interesting, I would love to get a comment if you are interested in open relationships, and if you've been in one or if you haven't, if you have a similar deal or think that she's just a disgusting heathen, please let us know.
Yeah.
Please let us know. And thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate a subscription if you're not subscribed already. But it's fine either way. I hate even saying that, really.
Do it.
Moral of the story, do what you want, don't be a dick.
Yeah.